Okay, we have a lot of ground to cover. This is going to be showing you how to use resumeworded.com to optimize your resume, but also to understand how ATS systems work. Okay? Before we get started, I do want to show you a bit of how this all started. So, the first resume I ever did was following the ATS system guidelines where you just use one color, one column, everything centered, just like that. I thought it was very ugly. I've never worked in tech, so I didn't know that you had to have an ugly resume. So I did what my school told me just so I could get an A. But then behind their back, I made like a cuter, simpler resume that was simpler to read like by a human. Um, I later reached out to a recruiter at Google. So I did not apply for Google, but I asked this recruiter if they could just look at my work and teach me how to make a good resume. She looked at this and she was like, no, this is wrong because we are making a resume for a computer, not a human eye. And I was like, oh crap, so it has to be like this. Well, later, after much iteration of my resume, I did end up, I guess, compromising by making an ATS friendly resume, but that was also kind of friendly to look at, I guess, by human. Um, so how you do this is up to you. I did break the ATS rules in that I put color in here. Although I have heard that you can put one color and it's fine, especially if it's going to be for links or titles. Um, and I broke another rule, which is I added a picture. Now, this rule you probably have to think about twice because it does make your file size bigger, and sometimes the ATS systems won't allow such uploads, right? If everybody uploaded a big file, it would overload the software. So just keep it small. Anyways, let's go back to Resume Rewarded. I have the desktop version. If you are using mobile, please request a desktop version. Okay, so let's find out how the ATS software thinks. If I go to Impact and I ask it to kind of judge my experience, yeah, it's scanning my work history, but it did not scan my UX projects. I wonder why. Well, I did this on purpose, but basically I labeled it stuff I did. Okay? And it doesn't know what that means. So let me pull up the other one that I have. Okay. Once I switched it to projects, then it knows that they are, work, some kind of experience, and so then it highlights it. So let me go back to the first one that I did. Where I had called it stuff I did, it did not recognize it as anything, but where I had called it projects, it does recognize it. So I just want you to run your resume through this ATS because it's going to show you, yeah, if your resume is ATS friendly. Um, Additionally, I mean, I could go on forever about this, but if you just use this website to try to get your score to, 100 or 90 something, then yeah, you will understand a lot about how tech resumes work and how ATA systems work. So I think that is all. So to recap, please use resumeworded.com. Um, make many iterations of your resume. The way that I did it was two things. I went on LinkedIn, and anytime I saw a designer post, I just got hired. Those posts like, oh, I just got hired, please congratulate me. Anytime I saw that, I just pulled their resume and studied it. And then, iterated my resume to make it more like theirs. I did that about 10 times, as well as I used this site till I got 100 or like 98 or something. And yeah, please do not pass up this tool. All right, good luck, y'all. Let me know if you have any questions.